Hello guys, welcome back to another trading video. In today's video, I'll be showing you another great strategy to use again if you're a scalper trader. Alright, so I think for the last 3 videos I've made on the channel, I've actually showed you different kind of strategy to use if you wanted to go in for a quick trade in the market. Alright, so over here we have a couple of indicator right here. On today's video we have at least, like, I think we have 3 indicator we're using on this part, and I'm going to be showing you in details what you have to say before you enter a trade. So before then, let's go ahead and show you the indicator I'm using. The first indicator I use is parabolic SAR. All right, and this is the setting. To actually put up this indicator, just come over here and you can actually write parabolic. You can say, so you can actually write parabolic. So if you write parabolic, this is the one we are using here, not the strategy, just parabolic SAR. So that's just the one we're using. So all you have to do, just click it and you're gonna have it on your chart here. The setting that we're using it on, it's the input right here is 0.02. The increment to is the same as 0.02, whereas the maximum value is 0.2. So that's pretty much all you have to set up here. So over here, I'm actually, let me change this color. So let me use a yellow color, so you can actually change the color here and the visibility, and when you're done, you hit save. So that's pretty much all what's it called, we are all the setting for the parabolic SR. The second indicator we're using is moving average. This is actually the indicator we used on our last video, and I'll show you how to actually put it up. To put your moving average up, just click here, click on the technical, and you can actually write moving average here, moving average, and this is the one we are using. We are using moving average exponential, so this is the one we are using. Just click it and you're gonna have it right here. So our moving average setting is what's it called, the input part here, it's actually 100, the length is 100, the time frame should be chart. All right, so why the source here should be close, and the method here should be SMA. That's pretty much all you have to set up. On the setting here, I actually changed this color to being white, so that I think that's the only thing I changed on the setting, and when you're done, you hit save. So the last indicator we're using is called squeeze and momentum indicator. So this is the last indicator. So I actually put this up to just come over here on the indicator part. I've actually have it on my as my favorite. Is the squeeze momentum indicator, but if you don't have it on your favorite, just come over here and you can actually type it. All right, so it's actually squeeze. So this is the one we're using, squeeze momentum indicator by Lazy Bear. All right, so that's the one we're using. So just put that up. That over here is actually a default setting. You don't actually need to set anything here. Just put it up and you're good to go. Like I said, this strategy, it's very, very powerful strategy. So I want you guys to stay put with me because I'll be explaining it in a very short period of time. The number one thing we are looking at, if okay, we are doing this strategy on what's it called, on 30 minutes candle time frame. Right, we're doing this on 30 minutes candle time frame. All right, so that's just it. So the number one thing we're looking at with this strategy, if we want to take a trade with this strategy, the number one thing is that we need to have our market, the price needs, our candlestick needs to be, if we're taking a trade, if we're going for a sell trade, or if we're going for a sell trade, we need to have our candlestick below the moving average, the 100 what's it called, moving average. We need to have our candlestick below it. So right here, guys, I'll be using this as an example. So the number one thing we're looking at, if you want to enter a trade, a sell trade, what we just have to need is to make sure that we have our parabolic SAR dot line. This dot line right here is actually parabolic SAR. It's just starting out in the market. We should say that only 3 of the parabolic SAR dot just starting out, just like, but it must be above the candle. All right, you need to have your candle below the moving average. That's the number one thing. And if you're going for a sell trade, you need to have your parabolic SAR above the candle, and it's just starting out. What I mean by starting out is that the dot needs to be starting out in the market. Like, you just need to have 1, 2, 3 dots starting out before you enter a trade, not like you've been having a very long what's it called, tail down here. I'm going to show you when I say a good moment to enter a trade. So just make sure that your parabolic SR dot is just starting out, just like 3 maximum. The 3 dots should be there maximum. You should have your candlestick below the moving average, and of course on your squeeze momentum, you should make sure that the red signal is just starting out. For example, this is the green signal actually indicate here, the green bar signal actually indicate here. So when it get to this particular point, the red signal indicate. So when you see that the red signal just starting out as well, maybe 1, 2 red signal indicate, and you confirm this that you have your moving hours, called your candlestick below the moving average, and of course your parabolic SR is just starting out in the market, then it will be a great moment for you to enter a trade. The same thing we are looking if we're going for a buy trade, right? So if we're going for a buy trade, all we're just looking out is to make sure that we have our candlestick above our moving average. You know, the other time we have it actually above, but this time around, in as much we are going for a buy trade, we need to have our parabolic SAR dot lines just starting out below the candlestick, and of course we need to have our squeeze momentum just starting out change to green before we enter a trade. I hope that actually explained a lot. So right now I'll be finding a moment, guys. So when I get a moment, I'll come down, enter a trade, and of course I'm going to explain in details again what I see before I enter the trade. All right, okay guys, so over here this is a very clear example. As you can see right here, our parabolic SR dot just started out here, and we have a very great signal here because it's just 2 dots that started out at this point. If you can see, we've already have a very great moment for an uptrend, all right, because it has been actually indicated right from this position. But when we actually have our parabolic SR indicate here, we have a very great have our candlestick above the moving average, I can say that this is definitely going to be a very great moment. All right, so I think I'll be into my trade right here. So for that, let me actually grab my my 2 real quick, my long 2 real quick. I'm going to put it right here, of course. So I'm going to place my stop loss here, and my take profit is going to be around this part. So guys, a very good one here. So let's see how this is going to play out, guys, if this is going to work out. Okay, okay, great one there, guys. So we actually hit our take profit. As you can see, this is a very uptrend here. The market actually wanted to drop in this position. It picked up again here and actually hit up our take profit, guys. Like I mentioned this earlier in my last video, do not forget this is all about scalping trading. So even though you actually set your take profit and stop loss, always make sure that you are always watching the chart to see when to actually out of the trade manually, even without you hitting your take profit. All right, so it is very important for you to set your take profit and your stop loss, but always make sure that you are checking your chart once in a while to see if there's no reverse on the candle. So if you see a candle actually reverse, it's actually against you in the trade, it actually makes sense for you to actually close the trade so that you can re-enter the trade to make a little bit profit. If you are into a scalping, you should always know how to pull out the market at the right time, and I actually explained that in details on the last video. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you actually watch the last video on how to know the best moment to actually out of the trade yourself, how to take profit yourself manually even without you being hit your take profit or stop loss. All right, so guys, another good one there. I'll be showing a few more pairs. Let me actually check this on gold. Let me quickly analyze the gold to see if I will have a moment here so that I can show you again. So okay guys, another very great moment. If you actually check our squeeze momentum, you can see that the green indication actually appeared here, which actually indicate a very strong buy in the market. And if you actually check that, the last 2 candle right here was a very strong going up in the trend, and I know that any moment I'll be having a group pull up. We already have our parabolic SAR showing us that the trend is actually going up for real. So these are actually another great moment. So right here I'm going to enter a buy trade as well. So let's make sure, like I said, always make sure that you are taking your profit. Your take profit should be more than your stop loss is very important. It should be times 3 of your stop loss. So I'm going to place my stop loss below here. I think this is where I'm going to put it. All right, so guys, let's see how this is going to play out as well in the market. Okay, Okay guys, a very good one there. We actually hit our take profit as well. So right here, so guys, you can see this is a very great strategy. Alright, I'm actually doing this on the back test and trying to show you how this trade works. Alright, so this is a very great strategy, guys, if you actually know the best moment to actually enter a trade. So like I said, always make sure that you watch my video, understand everything I'm explaining here before you apply it. It is a very great scalping strategy, and do not forget that it's all about scalping. All right, what we are doing here is purely a scalping strategy. Always make sure that you actually do your analysis. Always make sure your take profit is like times 3 than your stop loss. All right, so after you set that, always be checking the chart once in a while when you enter the trade, so that you can actually pull back should in case you haven't hit your take profit and the market is reversing on you. Is very important. Another good one there, guys, I'll be analyzing now. So when I get another good moment, I'll come down and show you the best entry. Okay guys, this is another great moment. We have a very strong position with our squeeze momentum. As you can see, our parabolic ACR is just starting out. Like I said, always make sure that your parabolic ACR is just starting out on the chart. It actually indicates that the market, what's it called, the trend. This is just like a confirmation of the trend. The trend is already going down, but always make sure that your parabolic ACR actually indicates. So when you say that, you should know that, okay, that's a confirmation that for real this is going down. As you can see, our momentum is actually going down very strong as well. We have our candlestick below our moving average, which is actually a very great what's it called, position. So right now, let me actually enter a short trade here, a sell trade here. Like I said, always make sure that your take profit is very cool. All right, it's very important. They actually place our take profit here, and let's take our stop loss on this part. All right, so guys, let's wait and see if this is gonna be another good one again. Okay guys, so this is actually the practical example of what I'm telling you the other time. Like, okay, right now my take profit never hit. I expected to actually hit here. It never really hit, and when it get to this point, it actually reversed on me, and over here it has really reversed. And the reason why I know that it has reversed is the fact that another indication of uptrend has shown with our momentum. All right, it has reversed. So this is the reason why you need to keep eyes on your chart. Always make sure that you're checking your what's it called, trading view. Immediately you see that you never hit your take profit and you're seeing a reversal against your entry. For example, I enter for a sell and I see that the reversal is actually getting strong for a buy, then I'm automatically going to pull out of the market. All right, because any moment now this market will start going up and it can hit our stop loss, which is going to lose out. All right, and we never want that to happen. So if it doesn't hit, it's not necessary for us to always hit our target or always hit our take profit. So that's the reason why we have to look in the chart, because this is actually a scalping strategy, like I explained. So if we never hit our take profit, always be there for your chart. When you see that the reversal is happening in the market, just go ahead and close the trade manually. It's very important. All right, it's very important. So a good one there. I think I'll be doing one more example. So guys, I'll be analyzing again. So when I get another good moment, I'll come down and enter the trade, and of course I'm going to show you again. Okay guys, this is a very great what's it called, signal. As you can see, our indication of our parabolic ACR is actually giving us a very uptrend, and it's just 4 dots in the what's it called, in the space. We have a very strong signal of an uptrend with our candlestick, and of course here we have a very strong indication as well. Like I said, when you see something like this is a very perfect entry, especially when something like this came up. You should be very certain about this trade. So right now, let's go ahead and put up our long what's it called 2 here. We're going to actually place my stop loss below here. All right, so I'm going to take my take profit right from this position. It's a very good one. I'm so sure about this, but if I never really hit, like I said, if I don't really hit my target, definitely I can usually pull out of the trade. Right, it's very important. I can usually pull out of the trade. Okay, I just still need to give it a little bit more, because this is where I'm going to enter the trade. So guys, let's go ahead and actually see how this is going to play out as well. Okay. Okay, trades start pulling up. Right there. Okay, we never really hit. Yep, we actually hit our take profit. All right, so this is where we actually hit the take profit. All right, so we actually hit our take profit on this position. As you can see, that is it. All right, that is it. So guys, this is where I'm going to stop on this video. Please make sure you actually try this strategy, and if you've tried the other strategy that I've posted, please always make sure that you actually leave a comment for us to know if this is actually working for you. But to all, it's really a very great strategy. The reason why we are actually giving you a scalping strategy for now is we know that most of the people that is watching our channel now are beginner, and they want something a little bit easy to get familiar with Forex. So that's the reason why we are showing you how to actually use indicator for a quick scalping trading. All right, so we are trying our best to make sure that we actually explain in detail so that you guys can really understand how to actually make this work and how to use it. And again, if you're not using TradingView, please make sure you actually you actually sign up today and be using it. The link will be in the description. You're definitely going to have a lot of tools right here on TradingView to actually help you out on your trading. All right, so guys, this is where I'm going to stop on today's episode again. So if you don't want to miss our next episode, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on our next episode. We love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.